Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing? I missed you so much since last time. We are back, and we are better than ever, baby. We have a really special guest. It's actually my first ever reoccurring guest because this guy is doing such phenomenal work, and we're about to get all into it. As always, my name's Amaya Cartagena, and I'm here with Caleb Kiesel.
What's going on, y'all?
We got a good episode for y'all, but you know, we're gonna hit the intro music now.
It's not bad.
You get it, a little head nod.
Powerful mind.
Yeah.
Okay. It's better than I thought. It's better than I thought. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, all right, just roll the episode. Better than I thought is crazy.
I figured I'd give it some comedy. It'd be funny, huh?
Thanks so much for coming back.
Yeah.
I had to run it back because the first time. Just tell the audience what the difference is from the first time to now. And this is crazy, guys. So I had him, just for like context, I had him on like a year ago.
Yeah, it was about a year.
It was the first season of Powerful Mind.
Yeah.
I was obviously in everything that you do, and I've said it multiple times on here before, you're just figuring it out.
Always.
You know, you're figuring it out as you go.
Yeah.
You know, trial and error. His was a trial and error for sure. So, but explain to the audience the difference.
The difference between like when I filmed it then and now?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I didn't think it was going to be that different, honestly, but then opportunities just started coming up, and the quality behind the camera here, there's a crew behind these cameras now. We didn't have that last time, so this is dope.
Yeah.
This is
We're
dope.
upgrading.
I haven't been able to catch up on what you've been doing, though, so I'm excited to do my little research. You told me to check out this new season and stuff, but yeah, I'm excited. There's obviously this whole set's changed. A lot's changed with you and what you've been doing with podcasting, and obviously I've been up to some stuff.
We're about to get into it. We're about to go so far into it. So I literally did have to run it back with you because you have been doing so many crazy things since then. Last time I interviewed you, I also interviewed you with Kobe.
Okay, yeah.
So which I will probably most likely than not have him back on as well. But I wanted to do individual now so I can really highlight you.
Yeah.
Because like highlight you guys individually because you are freaking killing it, brother.
Thank you.
I
appreciate it.
Gosh darn. For sure. Because first of all, I've always said this about your work, and that's why I even had you on the first season, is that it's so crispy, like chef's kiss crispy. I really do enjoy it. Like I genuinely enjoy the content that you put out.
Thank you.
And just you as a creative, and it's just crazy because seeing your journey, even from just a year ago, seeing what you've done since then is absolutely insane. And it's just I think it's a prime example of what Powerful Mind is all about, making something from nothing and constantly growing, you know, even though you have your ups and downs, you've just constantly, grown. And I'm really excited to hear about your downs because I feel like we don't see that a lot, you know? But, all right, start off. What were you just at?
What was I just at?
Yeah.
There's a lot that's gone on this last week. There's a lot that's gone on this last month. Where do you want to start?
No, seriously, right before here, where were you?
Right before here, where I was just at. This was just a little shoot I had booked. It was I was up at USF doing a recruitment video for Kappa Delta.
Okay.
I have no idea anything about frats, sororities, none of that. So I walked into a different world today. But it was a recruitment video for,
oh, cool.
I guess when the new girls, it was for sorority, when the new girls come in fall, they kind of show this video and try to recruit them.
Right.
So yeah, I was they were throwing up these gang signs, this Kappa Delta. I'm like, what is going on?
Wait, was it one of those videos where they like open the door, they're like, welcome to blah.
Oh, better than that. Come on.
No, yes. But it's like one girl, and then like everyone just
we did a little house tour. Yep.
Oh,
she opened the door. Yeah, we did a house tour.
See,
it was cool.
I was there.
It was cool. Yeah, that drive to Tampa is not cool though.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say you're a real one for that. He really came straight from Tampa,
I know.
He's like 2-hour drive, no problem. Got to hit up a podcast. Like, dope. And then you just posted pictures of Rick Ross yesterday.
That was wild.
How?
I asked myself that too. How did I pull that one off? Yeah, that really came from nothing. Just got a DM from my boy. Shout out T Mac. Wouldn't have been possible without him. He's a USF player that I just networked with and met with, filming them throughout the season. So I met him and we followed each other, whatever. And I got a DM on Instagram. I'm always trying to stay active in my DMs and get caught up because a lot of good opportunities come from there. And so he DM'd me and was like, yo, what are you doing Saturday night? I got a private mansion party. Heard Rick Ross is going to pull up. Are you available? And I was like, yeah, I am available.
Absolutely, sir.
I'm like, what's the budget? What are we working with? Whatever, what time? And so So I asked him what time the party is. He told me 10 p.m. to 9 a.m. I was like, is that a typo? Did you mean? Nope. That's how they roll, I guess.
Yeah.
So
what, in Miami?
No, Tampa. Tampa. So I went up like a little north of Tampa. So I went up there and did not shoot till 9 a.m.
Right. I was
tapped out of there about 2. But yeah, I went up there. It was a private mansion party. I don't even know who was hosting it. I just know I was hired via the promoter, and you know, we worked out a deal. And it was great. Rick Ross performed. Roscoe Dash also performed. Another old name there. But yeah, it was dope. Got to hang out with them and take some cool photos, and yeah, there's a lot to it.
I just am so curious. Like, what is that like when you walk into some place? You're just like, "Hi, I'm here to take photos." Like what?
It can be awkward sometimes. It can be awkward, but then sometimes like
you just hold up your camera.
I feel like the camera, honestly, I don't know if you've seen videos of people like TikToks or stuff, or like reels of people like where they're like, you can get in anywhere with a ladder. Yeah. You see that?
Yeah.
That's how I feel with a camera, honestly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like, everyone loves the cameraman. Like, everyone always wants photos and videos and stuff.
Right.
So, like, most of the time, it's always cool. Working with celebrities and stuff and a lot of high-profile people, obviously, everything's got to be approved and ask them and stuff before they have photos. But it was definitely cool. I walked up to this biggest mansion I've ever been to. Beautiful mansion, security, old pat down, all this, to get in. But yeah, I just held the camera up, said I'm the photographer. The promoter grabbed me and said, "You're good." I was like, "All right, cool, I'm in."
Wow.
It was cool. A lot of NFL players there too and stuff. So.
Do you just start like walking around and like taking pictures, or they like point you and be like, "Hey, we need coverage"?
So once I showed up to this party, I pretty much just hung out with my boy T-Mac at first. We were just hanging out, but I had my camera, so I was like getting photos of him, and then like everyone comes up to the camera guy, "Hey, let's get a photo."
Right.
So I'm like, "All right, got you." And then I'd connected with one of the videographers there too, because like people come up to the video person all the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Take my photo," and me being more of a videographer than a photographer, it happens to me all the time, and I'm like, it's video only.
Yeah.
But I was hired at this event to do photo, and so it was actually cool that I was, the videographer was pointing to me and was like, "Hey, he's the photographer." I was like, "Yeah." So I had people coming up, obviously asking to take photos and stuff, but then it's funny, I was hanging out with T-Mac a little bit. I didn't know people here. This is super high profile. I was like, dude, I should not be here. But I guess when when I look at the stuff I've been doing, I guess I should be here. I'm just like not used to it mentally,
It's so
like
cool,
what's going on.
It's so cool. I love it.
So like obviously I was meeting with some NFL players and stuff there, and the promoter came up to me. He's like, "You ready to work?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like I already been here like an hour and a half.
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, I've been working."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, Rick Ross needs you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And he like takes a step and he turns around and he goes, "No, Rick Ross needs you right now." I was like, "Oh." Like I was like, "Oh, right now." Like I thought he meant like what, because I'm a good photographer. Someone's like, "Yo, so and so needs you," meaning like they need your photos, whatever. He was like, "No, Rick Ross needs you right now." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know he was here yet."
Yeah.
So then he escorted me around this pool or whatever, and then Rick Ross like waved me over, and I dapped him up and stuff, and got some photos of him there, and everything was great. I got through all of the security. There was a lot of them, and rightfully so though. He's got to move different the way he is, but yeah, man, took photos of him there and got to meet him, and then later he came out and performed on like this little island in the pool, and there's like a putting green in the middle of the pool, and he performed on it and stuff, and so his team called me onto the little island with him while he performed, and I got a bunch of photos and videos, and then dapped him up after, and he was out of there. So yeah, it was just a really cool experience though, like getting those photos and videos and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's just crazy how stuff like this happens. Like, never expect it to happen. It's just like a text or whatever, and it just leads to the next thing. And then while I'm there, like, the biggest part is just being able to leverage it, Like, so now it's like, okay, I have that. I could just have that, and then that's it, or I could use those photos and leverage it and promote it and stuff. So the promoter already sent out all the photos to everyone. Everyone was so glad I came. Rick Ross' team loved them. A couple NFL guys, liked it and stuff. And so it was a cool opportunity for sure. It was a late night.
Late night for sure.
Very late night. That was another Tampa drive, that 2-hour drive. But it was a very cool. Yeah, it just came from a DM from my boy T-Mac, and just went from there. But yeah, super dope guy, and the photos came out really cool.
That's crazy, and it's crazy that you mentioned the football players too, like the NFL players, because you work a lot with like NFL players. Like for example, the last thing that you really did was that fashion show, the Lux Fashion Fest. Explain like how you got that opportunity. Explain whose like fashion show it was.
Yeah. So I'm good friends with Marquez Valdez-Scantling, wide receiver, just won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
Two-time Super Bowl champ.
So we connected. He's an alumni from USF. I'm a USF videographer for the football team, so we kind of connected through that. And I've seen him at a couple other events too, just doing some off the field work, camera work.
Right.
And so we connected and been talking all the time. He's honestly we've been getting along real well. And he lives in Tampa when he's not in KC. And so when this off season when he came back, he was like, "Yo, like let's work, whatever." Yeah. And so he's hit me up a few times, and I just filmed with him, hung out with him. He does a lot of stuff off the field. He's got a t-shirt screen printing and embroidery company. He's got his own fashion or his own clothing brand and stuff. And then he threw this fashion show. Partnered with a bunch of different brands, like Express was probably a big one there, and got a lot of sponsors and stuff. And obviously he's very plugged in, massive NFL star coming off 2 Super Bowl champs, so we had a lot of NFL guys come through there, and it was cool getting able to meet a bunch of NFL guys, get great photos. And like I said, it's all about that next step. You know, what do you do after you get the photo? Are you going to let the moment just fade away, or are you going to capitalize on it? And so like, I obviously connected with all these NFL guys, and they all followed me and got their numbers, whatever, and now I'm already looking to work on future stuff with these individual guys I met there. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff with Marquez. You know, not all of it's been out yet and stuff, but we've been working on stuff. And the fashion show, it was unbelievable turnout and stuff. I'm proud of him. He's really, he does a lot for the city of St. Pete, and he just does a lot off the field. And a lot of people, you know, not all like athletes are like that.
They're not like that.
You know, but he's all about coming back to his community and giving back to his community. And you know, he's never able to make those New York Fashion Weeks and because of football. And so he was like, why not bring something to my hometown? So, yeah, I was hired as a photographer and videographer to shoot the fashion show, but then also a little more tailored towards like him personally, because I'm his personal camera guy, really. So, did a lot of stuff there. Met a lot of athletes. Isaiah Pacheco probably being the biggest one, Chiefs running back. A couple performances there too. Dave East.
Yeah,
which is a cool
I
one.
saw that,
You know, I got photos of him performing and met him. That was cool. So, yeah, that was just another, you know, opportunity that wouldn't happen without Marquez. So shout out MVS for that. But yeah, man, it's been a journey. This past month's been a journey.
That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, I saw that. And one thing that I also do admire about you and your work is how diverse it is, because you don't only do, like you said, you do mostly video now, but you also can do photo. Yeah. But then you're doing like different events, like fashion shows. I know that you did some videography for Balin, for Balin Levine.
Balin Levine, yeah, I filmed a little tour. That was I was with Drew, filmed it. Yeah. And so him and Balin are boys, so he showed up and was like, yo, we got this tour or whatever. And I obviously know Balin, we've talked and stuff, so I showed up and filmed that. Yeah, I always like to diversify my portfolio, you know. Yeah. I feel like it doesn't put me in a box, and then I'm able to like, whenever someone says they need a videographer, I don't really have to ask, like, oh, what? And like, I don't really do that. Like, I've done it all. I've done the real estate video for a realtor. I've done live shows. I've done concerts. I've now done a fashion show. That was all new to me, you know? But it's cool. I've been getting, this past month, I've been getting into photo more again, which is cool, coming back to that a little bit. Started with video. Then I picked up photo along the way, but then video took off for me. So then obviously I got a better video setup than photo and stuff, but bought a new photo camera, so I really got top of the line photo and video camera now. And then I really enjoy like taking photos still. Like, it's something I still love.
Absolutely.
And man, no, not to discredit any photographers at all, but man, is that a way easier editing process than video. Oh my goodness, man,
really
I love it. Some stuff really I'm like, man, I'll just do photo for this because I know like I won't be at the computer for weeks, you know. I can do it that night. Now, I don't want to I'm not discrediting photographers.
No,
don't hear what I'm not saying.
No, but even
compared to video and stuff, doing like editing a gallery photos, I'm like, it's like honestly, it's fresh to my mind. It's relaxing, you know. Like, it's something new.
I think that photographers would even agree with you, when you say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's a whole different process. Takes, like you said, much longer, like a lot more involved.
So I enjoy like editing a gallery of photos and stuff, and so I actually ended up at the fashion show. I was going to do video and photo, a little more video, obviously, because I typically do more video. But I met a connection there, and she was asking me, you know, hey, can you take photos on the red carpet? Is NFL able to use your photos? Is Complex Magazine able to use your stuff? I really want you to get this. And I was like, of course they can use my stuff, you know, like that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, but you know, when I just showed up, I got assigned a little more photos. So I was a little more photo heavy, but I'm glad I did because the photos turned out awesome. I got photos of a lot of different people, and I think a lot of opportunities are going to come from that. Already talking with some guys and stuff, and so it's
which is
really
super cool. I love that. And like again, you're just a prime example of the things that we talk about all the time in Powerful Mind, networking, who you know, reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
Perfect example of that. And so you said that you got a lot of the opportunities because you've been doing a lot of music videos as well.
Yeah, I've been getting into that a little bit.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of, like you did with Kid, right?
Yeah, recently did a video with Kid G, and I guess did a music video for Future since the last time we talked, I think, right? I don't know the timeline. Yeah, that was in August.
Definitely, I would have remembered that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, back in August, Drew and I flew out to Atlanta, second shot a music video for Future and Young Scooter, Hard to Handle.
Yeah.
So that was my second ever music video I was shooting with Future. So I don't know,
that's I mean,
that's
do
not
you, like,
a
feel,
popular thing.
I know. Do you
it's
like when you say things like that out loud? Does it like feel real?
Not really.
Like,
never feels real. I'm there, and when I'm even there, you know, like dapping up Future, whatever, shooting, I'm like, this is not real. Like, what's going on? Like, how did I end up here? You know, just filming local high school sports. How did I end up here? But it's just you just got to play your cards right. You know, move strategic and networked with the right people. Obviously, I connected with Drew over Instagram DM, and we've had a very, very great relationship since then, mutual beneficial. I mean, I love the kid, and the kid loves my work, and we talk a lot, and he's always, man, shout out Drew. I love you, brother. I mean, you always give me opportunity and stuff, and he's always looking out for me and always has my best interests and stuff, and so he's always, he sees my potential and stuff, and so he really tries to lean into that and get me to lean into that. And so, yeah, we shot a music video last August, Hard to Handle, Young Scooter featuring Future. That was cool. And then the next one I did with him was Kid G, which is he's his boy, he's like country rap, which is dope because I listen to him all the time. Yeah. I love Kid G's music, and I've been listening. I like country music. I enjoy it. Used to not like it, but for some reason I just really been getting into it. I like it a lot. And so, and obviously I've listened to rap for so long and stuff, so kind of like I love Kid G style. It's like rap, country, a little bit of both. He's been going country recently, like a lot. He's had a lot of success doing country and stuff. But this song that we filmed, it's funny because Drew sent me the song. He's like, "Yo, we're gonna shoot this or whatever." I'm like, "All right." So he sent it to me, and it was like the sickest rap song I've heard in so long. And I'm like, "Yo, what's good?" I'm like, "I did not expect this." Yeah. And so it was dope. He kind of made like he's Kid G started as a rapper, then he went country, but now he's like kind of going back. And so it was like his first song, like rapping and stuff. So it was cool to be a part of that. Yeah. And then obviously, like I've picked up on tips from Drew and like how to film rap videos and certain things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you learn? Like, who have you learned the most from? Is it Drew?
In that aspect, yeah. Just depends what it is. Obviously, he's like one of the best out there when it comes to music videos. The only person I'd put respectfully in front of him is Cole Bennett, and he knows that. And so obviously I've looked up to Cole for a very long time. Haven't quite connected with him yet, but it's gonna happen. I know it will.
Absolutely.
But being on set,
roll the clip back when he actually works with him.
That would be dope. Yeah. But being on set, like seeing Drew in his element, because it's one thing just hanging out with Drew,
right, obviously.
But seeing him in his element and how he functions and the ideas he has and how he does certain things, I certainly pick up on that and learn. Right. And obviously, I asked him anything. He's always down to answer questions and help me and stuff. And you know, it's definitely great being around him in that scenario. To where now, I recently flew to Alabama and shot a music video. It was the first time I ever shot a music video solo, because all the rest I've been with Drew.
Okay, yeah.
And so the difference with that is I got to edit now.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, yeah, that's right.
Drew does all that. I just second shooter.
Yeah,
so Drew shoots, I shoot. He gets all the footage.
Can you explain what being a second shooter means?
Yeah. So pretty much Drew is the main shooter. So he's shooting most of the performance scenes, if not all the performance scenes. I'm kind of shooting B-roll of what's going on. Like usually there's multiple people in the area. So like his boy's doing something. You know, the artist's friends, whatever shenanigans are going on other than the performance scene. I'm capturing B-roll that Drew is able to then use somewhere in the video, whether it's to open it, it's those detail shots, stuff like that. And I also shoot some behind the scenes stuff for him because he's like to post like views on
I saw that.
Vlogs on YouTube, sorry.
I saw that.
But yeah, so he likes to post vlogs on YouTube, and so I'll shoot behind the scenes and then also second shoot and stuff. Just helps capture the whole moment while he can focus on that performance scene and match the vision that he has in his head. So we're able to do that. But with me shooting my first music video solo, you know, it's all me. It's all the ideas. I'm shooting all the performance scene. I'm putting together the treatment and all that and editing.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
So yeah, I completed that and everything. Client loved it. It was great. Rapper's name was G Baby. Just young kid out of Alabama trying to make something happen. And so I respected that.
Yeah.
And it's cool. He actually, I'll tell this story. He DM'd me probably back in 2021. I don't know how old I was, but young. I'm still young, so I was younger. I was younger, and I was just like filming high school stuff at the time. And he DM'd me like, "Yo, I want a music video, whatever. I'm based in Alabama. How much did you charge?" And I'm like,
he said, I ain't got the slightest clue, brother.
Like, dude, like, I'm not, like, one, I didn't really know what to charge at the time. But then also, I'm like, I'm not trying to fly to a different state by myself. Don't really know this guy. Like, things were different, you know?
Yeah.
So I dropped my price. I let him know my price. And obviously, he's like, oh, that's, you know, whew, that's high, whatever. So I'm like, you know, obviously, like, I also, like, for me to fly out of state and stuff, like, you're gonna be paying. But, like, this was 2021. Like, not that I wasn't nobody, but I didn't have the resume I had now.
Right.
And so it's funny, he texted me come around like a few months ago, handful of months ago, I get a DM from him again. And for some reason I saw it when I was scrolling through my DMs, and he was like, yo, I got the money.
Yo, that's lit.
He's like, yo, I got the money. When can you do it?
That's
and I'm like,
lit.
oh, for real? Like, I didn't think this was ever going to work. You know, this was just a conversation.
Yeah, because
like,
like
I let him know,
years ago.
years ago.
You don't even think
so
about
it was cool. He hit me up, and I respected him a lot for that. And I was like, I definitely got to do this for him. You know, like he's been saving up and stuff. And like, he hit me up.
That's so cool.
At this point,
At
this point, I'd shot a music video for Future. He hit me up. I was just filming like high school football games.
Yeah,
you know? I was like, all right, I got to get him right.
Yeah, right.
So I flew out to Alabama for a day and shot a music video with him, and ended up editing it and everything. And shout out Drew, because that stuff is not easy. But but no, I took it right on the head and nailed it, and he loved it and everything. And so yeah, it was cool. That was a cool experience for sure. And it was cool to meet the kid too. Like been supporting me for so long and stuff, and like. It's funny because, like, I obviously, like, boys with Kid G now and been doing stuff with Kid G, and, like, they listen to Kid G over there. Mm-hmm. And so it was kind of cool. Yeah, it was cool, though. They were good. Shout out G, baby.
Aw, that's lit. Do you have any other, like, crazy experiences or just interesting experiences? Because you have to, like, think in your head. Like, that's not a normal experience for most people.
No.
You know, to, like, be with the bigger celebrities and actually work with them and shoot them. And, you know, do you have any interesting experiences doing that when it comes to the music videos?
That I can talk about? No.
True.
I have like good experience, not necessarily the music video, but with me being only 20, it comes with some limitations and stuff. I've been battling my age for
years now.
That's really been what holds me back is my age. And I don't really get too mad about it now because I know obviously like once I hit a certain age, I'm not going to go back.
Close.
I'm going to wish I was younger at some point.
Literally.
So I don't want to rush it now. The old people in the room are laughing right now.
the old people's crazy.
Old people shaking their head right now.
Crazy.
So
you're blessed.
Yeah. But I'm not blessed when it comes to trying to check in the hotels.
I'm
not blessed. Yeah.
Oh, there
changed up now. Yeah. But car rentals. Yeah, I haven't even tried. I just stick with Uber.
Like on the phone, you're like, Mom, like in Alabama, Mom.
Like like
that's insane. That's insane.
It's crazy. We shot this fashion show with Marquez, and then after they did a little after party at this like kind of nightclub thing. It was cool that everyone from the fashion show kind of went there. It was like that's where they were advertising the after party was. Mm-hmm. And so I went there, obviously, with Marquez and filmed him there and stuff and got great footage just following him around and whatnot and doing my thing. And then, I mean, it's like 2 a.m. at this point. The show ran late, whatever. And so I'm like, all right, like I got what I want, whatever, I'm headed out. He's like, all right, just, get a hotel, whatever. So I show up at this Hyatt. Yeah, I'm going to name drop because I got beef with these stupid hotels.
I was going to say, the way you said Hyatt.
Yeah, I showed up at this Hyatt.
I already knew you had beef.
I show up to the front desk or whatever, and mind you, this is not like some cheap Days Inn. Like I have money. I'm about to spend $300 on a room. Like
just for the night.
I get it. I'm young, whatever, but like we're rolling with a budget here. I got money to spend. So I show up or whatever, and I book the room over the phone. First off, trying to book rooms now, all of a sudden, when I call a hotel, they send me to some dude in India in a cubicle. Like, you're not calling the front desk lady, you know?
And
so
they're outsourcing.
It's like, they outsource it, which I guess it makes it easier for them. But I'm like, I'm trying to book the room, and they're not even there. They're not even in the same time zone. And so it's like what's going on? So I booked this room or whatever, and I show up at this Hyatt. And obviously, credit card ID, whatever, I hand it over, and they look at the ID, they look at the credit card, fine, and then he double takes the ID, and I'm like, here we go.
You're like, bro, just put it down.
He's like, I think hotel policy is 21. And he looks over, he's like, is it 18 or 21 here? And I'm like, I already know what this is going. She's like, it's 21. I look at her, I'm like, okay, well, I'm out of town on a work trip. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
She's like, well, you could try the Hilton across the street. I'm like, all right. So I go to the Hilton across the street. So I'm like, oh, you're losing my business. I'm like, I got good money. I'm trying to pay you here for this room. It's 2 a.m., whatever. I'm going to be out of here by 9. Just get me in this room. So she's like, no, you could try the Hilton across the street. They might have a different policy. So I go to the Hilton, walking in there confident. I'm like, all right. Mind you, both of these places, I've already valeted my car. I already gave the keys, valeted the car. I'm at the front desk. Like, I'm ready to get in the room.
Yeah.
And so I show up to this room, or this Hilton, and the same thing happened. He checks the ID. No double take this time. Just looks at it and goes, you got to be 21. And I was like, all right, listen, I've already been across the street. Right. Like, what do you want? What can I do? Yeah. So at this point, I'm so tired. Like, it's already going to be a long night. I went to bed at like 6 a.m. that night because I had the whole gallery done before I went to sleep. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, these people need fast turnarounds. You got to work with what they give you. But so I don't like, at this point, what do I do? So I end up calling MVS. And I'm like, yo, who? MVS, Marquez. I call him up, and I'm like, yo, they won't let me in this room or whatever because I'm not 21. He's like, you need me to come check you in the hotel? I said, I hate to do that to you. He's going to leave his club appearance, his after party at the fashion show, to come check me into a room. But he's like, no, it's fine. So he literally left and had to go to the front desk and check me in.
Wow.
Because I wasn't of age. So, like, this is the stuff that I have to battle, fighting my age and stuff. But like I said, those are battles I'm willing to fight,
Right,
and Marquez gets it. He don't, I felt so bad. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not trying to make you come over here and get me a room. But he's like, nah, bro, like, you're straight. So it's cool, But that's a funny story. I made it a 2-time Super Bowl champ come check me into a hotel. sorry, Marquez.
That's so funny.
I'll be 21 soon.
Yeah. That's so interesting because it's just stuff like that people really don't think about and they don't understand that go into.
Me neither until I'm at the front desk, 2 a.m. Need a place to sleep.
Your bags, you're like, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm holding my heavy camera case. I'm like, all right, come on. All right. Already valeted the car too. I had to do the walk of shame out of this second hotel to the valet guy and go, they won't let me check in. He's like, all right, here are your keys. I'm like, man.
Wow.
He just finished parking the car, got back too. He's like, all right, I'm going back to get it. I'm like, my bad, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
Tell him to let me in.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
That's insane. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like I said, it's just stuff like that people don't realize that really go into everything. And that's crazy that you said they need a fast turnaround. So do you typically do that when you shoot an event? You literally just edit it immediately? And then who do you send it off to? Like.
That went to Marquez's assistant and stuff, and she did all and I met someone too there that was kind of handling all the media distribution, so she did it. But she was telling me that like NFL and Complex and stuff, they were going to need those quick, and so at that point, and like I was only going to edit a few of Marquez to get him that next day to post. Right. But then once I saw the photos, I was like, oh, dude, these are so good. Like, I got to edit these.
You're
so
like,
I went to bed.
sleeping at all tonight.
Yeah, I went to bed probably like 6:30.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it was the same thing when I shot the Rick Ross part. I got home like 5 something. I edited a handful of photos, but I didn't do the whole gallery. I waited the next day to do the whole gallery there. But yeah, for certain things, I mean, if the NFL is requesting that, you do it,
Yeah, no,
I know it's worth it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Once I finally got in my hotel room, I edited it and got that all done that next morning and sent it out. And it's funny, I saw Marquez the next day. He was like, bro, you sent them early. I didn't need them that fast. I was like, I know, but just had to get them out. I had a couple different people there telling me they needed them fast, so I wanted to do the right thing and do that. And I also think that they see that and respect that too.
Yeah,
and so
that's how you just keep.
Yeah, I learned that one from Drew. Drew's the king of fast turnaround. That guy turns around music videos in less than 24 hours.
That's like, man, insane. I've seen that before.
It took me like 3 weeks to edit my music video I did.
Yeah.
He literally just recently he texted me He drove to Miami, shot a music video for Fredo Bang, and on the drive back from Miami to Tampa, I had the video done in the car. He's like FaceTiming me trying to show me the video.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
Bro, your internet's horrible. I can't see what's going on. But how did you edit a whole video? I'm like, what's going on?
That's insane.
So yeah, definitely like that's one aspect. Like I see his grind and I see his hustle, and so it's like I admire that and try my best when it comes to that. Some things take longer than others, and then like when things stack up, like I had a week recently. It was like I think I had to shoot like 8-9 days in a row, and so.
What?
So just different, not different stuff, not one project, just different stuff.
Okay,
like let's say like senior portrait one day, and then like music video the next day, and then a company wants this, and then I'm doing something with Drew, and so all that. So I just had different shoots, like 8 days in a row. Well, what happens is it all gets stacked up. That leaves no edit time.
Right.
I get home from the shoot, all right, I need some me time, go to bed, whatever, wake up the next day, got another shoot, it just keeps stacking up. So then I'm like, okay, next thing you know, it's been a week and a half, and I haven't touched that yet. So then I got to really hone in and get on the grind and like get those out. And so I'd never like to deliver anything past like a week and a half, 2 weeks, 2 weeks max is what I tell people. At least that's where I'm at kind of right now. Wedding videos are different. Wedding videos, I'm like a month and a half to 2, never more than 2. But I also have a team that's helping me assemble my wedding videos and stuff so I can focus on all the other stuff, because I've started to realize like I got to start delegating. It's just too much for me to.
When you say team, who are you referring to?
I have a wedding video editor that helps me. And so we kind of go through together. You know, he sends me different cuts and I approve things and go from there. Just because I can't be 100% hands-on wedding videos just because of how much time they take and how personal they are.
Right.
That I kind of need to delegate a little bit. So he sends me it, and then we obviously go back and forth. Hey, tweak this. Super cool kid. His name's Jacob, local too. So it's always good. But that's something I had a hard conversation with myself one day, trying to figure out like how am I going to be able to scale? You know, like people hire me to have me film and me edit. I'm the talent. How am I going to delegate work? How am I gonna, I can't be the guy that runs all this. Like I can't. What do I do? Do I give it to someone else and take a percent? Like how do I do this? And so I finally figured out that like wedding videos are the videos that least represent my style, and it's more what the client wants, capturing their special day and their needs, and it least represents my style. And so I was like, okay, I think I can have someone help me there. So now I finally got someone on team. I pay them whatever. So they help me out. I'm still very hands-on with it and everything, and it's very well communicated back and forth on kind of what we're doing there. But that's been super helpful, something I've done probably the last like 6 wedding videos I've had him on. So it definitely helps having that, because like wedding videos, they take a lot of time and you're trying to tell that story, and then the videographer's shaking his head over there because he knows, you got to really build that story and make it, and there's a lot of expectation around it too. And so it's just hard to be able to do that and then have all this other stuff I have going on the rest of the month, and then always come back to that. So it's kind of cool to be able to pass that off, get a little help, then work on it myself and go from there. So that's been super helpful.
Random question. Have you ever had to sign an NDA?
A few in my lifetime.
God, I want to have to sign an NDA, like for good reasons. But all right, anyways.
A lot of working with celebrities, it happens more than you would think. Signing contracts and NDAs and stuff. But I got asked that question earlier today. That's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, stealing my questions. It's crazy.
I'm not going to say who because it's part of the NDA.
Part of the NDA. That's so wild.
Yeah, I've signed a few.
Do you have anything upcoming at all? I know you just literally said, don't ask me what I have upcoming, because he just emptied the vault like a lot. But
I did a lot this month.
Do you have anything planned at all?
I'm looking forward to chilling out a little bit.
Yeah, you want to take a vacation?
A little something. I don't know. I want to go a little somewhere just for like a week, or honestly just stay home and hit up the local beach for just some days or something. I feel like I've been going for a while now. Go. This month's been crazy. In a great way. Right. And so, but I definitely think my birthday's coming up here in like 2 weeks. I think I'm going to chill out.
Let's go.
Try
what
to
date?
reassess the 11th, May 11th. And so, I'm kind of looking forward to, obviously, work. I got some stuff coming up that it's not finalized what it is, so I don't want to say it and it not happen.
Right.
But I got some rest coming up.
Nice.
That I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I never really prioritize rest and stuff, but it's important. I think it's important.
How do you, because like you're on the go is also different, because like I think I'm on the go. You're on the go is different because you're literally physically going from so many different locations constantly. Like you just said, you flew out to Alabama for literally a day to work and come back. Like I don't have that. Not yet. Not yet. We're getting there. I don't have that yet. But how do you process and avoid burnout when you're going through all those motions? Do you experience that, or?
I think everyone experiences it in certain aspects. I just think some are better about like how they go about it than others. I experience burnout in a way where sometimes creatively my ideas won't necessarily be there. I'll feel a little bit stuck, but I won't like be like, oh, I'm burnt out, and like take this big break or like go on a rant about. Do you get like physically
tired?
Yes. Yeah. And I could say now that I'm at that point. That's why I want to take a few days. And it sounds silly, like take a few days off, whatever. But it's like, I'm always, like, I'm always filming, and when I'm not, it's like, okay, well, dude, you have a shoot for a few hours. It's like, yeah, but then when I go home, there's 5 projects that need to be edited. Yeah. And I'm the type of person that like I have a hard time sitting on the couch or hanging out with my friends if I know there's stuff that needs to be done.
That you need to do.
And, like, it's not getting off that hard drive. You know, it's going to be there when I go back to it tomorrow. And so I have a hard time really enjoying things until I get caught up on that list.
Yeah.
And so, but it's something my girlfriend actually helps me a lot. She taught me, she's like, it's okay to like, prioritize rest, like you need it. But like, I'm the type where I'm just going to go. And a lot of people, there's this big like hustler grind mentality where like, people don't think it's okay to take breaks and like take care of yourself and rest.
That's just
rest
so
is
unhealthy. That is just so unhealthy.
Yeah,
to me.
you're gonna run into a wall. And so I'm at the point now. This past month has been incredible for me, and I've been probably go more now than really ever this past month. And so, but I've acknowledged that, and so I've noticed it, and so I want to take a few days and you know, relax and spend some time with my girlfriend and just really relax. Like, it sounds silly, but it's like edit.
It's not, and that's what I'm saying. Like when it's doing things that like, for example, you do, or even me. Like, I always have something to do. Yeah. Like, you know, I always have something to do. Whether, like you said, it's editing different things, like editing the podcast, editing thumbnails, editing. You know, I also my own personal content that I do too. Like, I took a break from that for a month while I was trying to get the drop of this established and get a good routine with it. Now I'm like, okay, now I know this schedule for how I'm going to edit and reach out to people, because that also takes time for me to, like, I basically prospect people all the time, you know? Yeah.
I'm glad when you texted me, like, it ended up working out, because I've just been so busy or whatever, that when we talked a little bit about, you know, having me come on again, I'm like, I don't know when I'll be able to, you know, whenever. Right. But it ended up working out. You know, I knew I had to shoot today, but I'm like, I don't know how late it'll be, but if you're willing to work late, I don't know. What time is it? Someone give me a time. It's late.
What time
We're filming this late. He said the Knicks is playing.
What time?
9:13. Yeah, so we're making it happen
9:13, we're making it happen.
So, and that's you know, I feel like that's my day's work. I don't really have a sleep schedule. Everything's kind of pushed back just because I work late. Like, I feel like I was telling you a little bit off camera before that, like, I need to try to figure out I need to find a bedtime again. Yeah. I need to go to sleep, you know, like I said. I mean, having those 4, 5, 6 a.m., I guess, nights, mornings, whatever you want to call it, that'll mess you up for like 2-3 days.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and that doesn't happen for me often. Like, this just happened, like, obviously this week when I was filming that party with Rick Ross, but usually it's up editing to 1, 2. But then even the days where I completely, you know, get through my list and I don't have anything to edit, I'm used to that. And so, like, it's 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Yeah. My girlfriend's trying to get on me. Hey, you need to prioritize rest. You need to get to sleep. I'm like, it feels like it's 8 right now. Yeah. I'm not tired. Yeah. I'm in the pantry trying to find something to eat. Like,
you're like, this is prime time, baby.
I'm like, I'm ready, you know? But even when I'm not working, when I'm not editing, it's like I have a hard time getting to sleep at a decent time. And so I just feel like I'm trying to prioritize rest a little more and balance it. Because it's hard, like, my work isn't always holding a camera at a shoot or editing. Like, my screen time is something I am not proud of. Dude, but that's the way it's got to be for what I do. I don't even know what it is. I don't know. That could be a segment on itself looking at that. But it's because I'm on Instagram. It's like, well, everyone's on Instagram. It's like, when I'm on Instagram, that's like a little different, though.
You're like working.
I'm like so DMing people. I'm sending emails on my phone, you know, and stuff. And I feel like I've talked about this before, how Instagram DMs are, if you learn how to capitalize on that, they're very important.
Absolutely.
And you can certainly, that's where I've gotten my biggest stuff is from there.
That's the only way that I've ever gotten anybody just collaborative powerful mind is through the DMs.
But even like, I'm like scrolling on Instagram and I see a company or whatever. Like, I play a lot of pickleball. Like 3 times a week, probably, I play pickleball. I'm very serious.
Didn't you make a little commercial?
Yeah, I made a pickleball commercial for a brand, which I'm not going to mention that brand or whatever because we're having some issues with them. But
but the video was cool because
the video was dope.
He showed how he made like the sound bites.
The sound effects for the pickleball video. Obviously, we filmed a pickleball. I filmed a pickleball commercial for a company that will remain unnamed for now, but I filmed the commercial and stuff, and then in editing I realized, like, I just wanted it to be a little more impactful on certain things, and so I literally recorded. I play pickleball, so I have the balls, I have the paddles or whatever, so I recorded sound effects myself to lay over the video, and you would never know. I mean, as far as like pulling a paddle out of the, you know, unzipping it, pulling it out of the cover, or pulling it out of the bag, or paddle ball sound effects and stuff like that, I recorded that all myself, and I do that on some shoots. I think sound design is very important, and it's very overlooked in the space. And so I feel like a good videographer separates from a great videographer in the way of sound design. Like that's how I can tell you like, oh, you're good, or like, oh, you're great. Attention to detail. Like people would think like, oh, the song's jamming. You're never gonna hear that. I'm like, no, I want to hear that helmet hit his pad.
Yeah,
like,
no. Yeah,
and you can.
Your stuff is fire.
You just gotta be, particular about that stuff. And like, sometimes I get lazy. I'm not gonna lie, I get lazy and don't do it or whatever. But I feel like also some videos you can get away with it, but I don't want to be the videographer that's getting away with stuff.
Right, right, absolutely.
That's just not who I am. I want every video. I want to put in the work. Like, I remember, this is a funny story, but I don't even know what I was filming, but I needed a sound effect. I didn't know what it was. These services only help you so much, like these, like Epidemic Sound, Artlist, whatever. And sometimes the hardest part is I don't know how to search what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I know the sound effect. I don't know how to search it.
Yeah,
well, I can make it myself.
I've been there.
So I've literally, I think the weirdest thing I've done, I've thrown a pillow on the ground and recorded it because I wanted that sound.
Yeah, no.
And I don't even know what it sounded like. Probably just sounded like a pillow hitting the ground, like nothing crazy. But it made a heck of a difference in that video.
Yeah.
And so just simple stuff. Like, for the longest time, you're a videographer, you'll get this. I was looking for like a metallic riser. I'm like, what do I call the shink sound effect? Shink! You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm like, what? How do I look that up, though? How do I get that? Metallic riser, if you ever need it. Yeah. Gotcha. All the videographers out there that need that. It's called a metallic riser. Download off YouTube.
It's so funny.
But that's how I do that. Yeah. But I'm even as far as like I said, like where I was going, being on my phone and stuff. Like even recently, I'm scrolling and I follow a bunch of pickleball accounts and stuff, and I see an account and I'm like, oh, a paddle sweet. I look, their media isn't great. What do? I'm emailing the company. Hey, whatever. Hey, I did this, leveraging. I'm big on leveraging what you've done, like I said, talked about with all the different celebrities and stuff. Half the reason I was able to network with the celebrities at this party, the NFL players and stuff, was just because I was able to, hey, this is what I did for Marquez Valdez-Scanlon. They're like, oh, you're his guy. Here's my number. So you got to be able to take what you did and move it to the next level. And so even like this, I did this first pickleball ad, which might not be cool to anyone else. It's cool to me because I play pickleball all the time. Yeah. And so, but I'm going to take that now, and I've already sent emails to all the biggest pickleball companies. Right. And I'm already in talks with a couple of them and trying to figure it out. But you just got to take what you did and figure out how to elevate it to the next level. I feel like that's what separates like videographers that are stuck in a box and just can't, that business gets slow. And listen, business gets slow for me too. I have downtimes too. I have months where I'm like, man, do I got to go get a job? What's going on? But then it's just it's a mindset problem though. I'm in this mindset of like, I don't book a shoot for 3 days and I'm like, man, what's going on? But then like your good months cover your bad months, or they should if it's a healthy balance and the business is going well. And I'm blessed. Luckily, I'm able to, sustain my business and stuff. But yeah, man, when I'm just scrolling through my phone on Instagram, I'm not like just looking at my friends' posts. Like I see something and I'm like, ooh, that's dope. Let me DM them. Let me see this company. I hop in every athlete's DMs and stuff. And now I'm to the point where I have a lot of NFL players that follow me on Instagram. So they see that all their boys follow me.
Right.
And so they're more likely to respond to my DM. They're more likely to.
Absolutely.
And so
of course.
Definitely.
The power of association.
That's it right there. So
that's literally everything that I'm trying to do. But yeah. But seriously, thank you again for coming on. Even though I know that you had a really long day, you still made it happen. And you said yes so fast. I was surprised. Why did you say yes so fast to doing it again?
I don't know, because I already did it and I knew that like I'd done some cool things. So I was like, I gotta hop in again. It's gonna be breezy.
Yeah, I love that. Cool. So yes, thank you again for coming on. I don't know, maybe we'll do a part 3 in a year. Yeah. We'll do like, how Billie Eilish like did that interview every year?
I don't follow her like that. No.
Okay, well she did like an interview every year.
I love the honesty.
That's just not. I'm low-key a Taylor Swift fan. I'm a Swiftie.
Okay.
I'm a Swiftie,
right.
I'm not.
But she did an interview every year with some major magazine. I think it might have been Vogue, and it's just interesting to see the growth in her every year. And so like I don't know, maybe we'll
I didn't even think about that honestly. Like I didn't, but when I walked in here, I didn't know when we did that last episode. I just kind of know it's been a while ago and stuff. So it is kind of cool though to see like what's changed.
Yeah,
from
what you've done since then, and it's super cool.
Yeah, just hit me up whenever if I can get you on the schedule. I'm down.
Right, no, literally, it's gonna be dope to look back for sure. So again, thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you.
And guys, as always, tell them where to find you.
Caleb Kiesel on Instagram, all platforms. Just my name. Kind of branded myself. I just still don't know if it's the right business move, but it's worked so far. So
yeah, absolutely. Make sure you go comment, like, subscribe, check out all his work, show him support, show him love on his page. And we're gonna see you next week. So definitely make sure you come back and we'll see you next Tuesday, okay? Thanks guys. Peace.